Hello, my name is Emily and I'm from Christian Teen Girls. How would you like to have to travel to another country to find a husband or wife for a friend and bring them back with you? It sounds impossible, doesn't it? Abraham's servant was given this job. Abraham told him to go back to the country that he'd come from and find a wife for his son Isaac. An obvious question came to the servant's mind. What if she doesn't want to come back with me? How can I make her come? But Abraham said if that happened, he didn't need to worry about it. Now, if this was you, what would you do? How would you go about trying to find a wife for Abraham's son Isaac? Would you have done what Abraham's servant did? The very first thing he did when he got to the city, he arrived by the well outside the city, and the very first thing he did was to stop and pray. And this is what he prayed. And he said, O Lord God of my master Abraham, I pray thee, send me good speed this day, and show kindness unto my master Abraham. Behold, I stand here by the well of water, and the daughters of the men of the city come out to draw water. And let it come to pass that the damsel, or the girl, to whom I shall say, Let down thy pitcher, I pray thee, that I may drink, and she shall say, Drink, and I will give thy camels drink also. Let the same be she that thou hast appointed for thy servant Isaac, and thereby shall I know that thou hast showed kindness unto my master. So the very first thing he did was to stop and pray. He knew that God knew where the right girl was. James chapter 1 verse 5 says, If any of you lack wisdom, if any of you don't know what to do, let him ask of God, and it shall be given him. And Proverbs 3 verse 6 says, In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. That means if we ask God for help, if we seek him, he will lead us and guide us and show us the right thing. Abraham's servant did what these two verses say to do. He asked God for help, and God fulfilled his promise. God showed him where the right girl was. And the next verse, after those verses I was reading before, says, And it came to pass, before he had done speaking, that behold, Rebekah came out. And Rebekah gave him a drink, and then she offered to get water for all of the camels. And both she and her family, when they heard the whole story, agreed that God had led the servant to Rebekah and that she was the one to be Isaac's wife. Are you ever in a situation like this servant? A situation where you don't know what to do. You think, how on earth am I supposed to know? Do you wonder, how am I going to know what to do? Who's the right person to marry? How on earth do you know that? What am I going to do when I finish school? How am I supposed to know what to do? You should be like this man. God knows everything. God knows who you should marry. God knows what you should do with your life. God knows what's going to happen in the future. So you should stop and ask God for wisdom and for help. He knows the answer to all of your questions. God promises that if we seek him in all our ways or decisions, he will guide us. What a lot of problems and mistakes that could save. Imagine if the servant had gone about his own way without asking God, trying to find the right girl. Think of how many different girls he might have gone through trying to find the right one. Maybe he wouldn't have even found the right one. But he sought God. He asked God for wisdom and God for help, and God did help him. And God guiding us doesn't mean that we never have any problems or mistakes. But it does mean that it can save us from all the unnecessary ones, all the mistakes that happen because we don't ask God for help. Do you live by these two verses? They are life changers. I hope this video was helpful to you. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you would like to see more videos like this, please hit the subscribe button. See you next time. Bye.